Hello, my Battlefield friends. I have some little bit of a rush gameplay here on Siege of Shanghai. I just recently actually started playing Rush in Battlefield 4. I never really had an interest before that. I played quite a bit of Rush in Battlefield 3, but not nearly as much as I play Conquest. There's just something about Rush. I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with Rush. Some Rush matches can be a huge camp fest, and it makes you feel like you're playing like Call of Duty or something, because you're trying to get this, comm station armed, and you get shot from like every corner and every angle, and no matter how you approach this comm station, you just can't get to it because, the enemy is just sitting on it like crazy. And, if your team is not very good and you yourself are not very good, it's almost impossible. You just die like all the time. I mean, I have had some Rush matches where I couldn't even get out of my spawn. I was spawning and I was barely spawning and I was already dead. I didn't even know what was going on. I was already dead. And so this can really take out the fun of the whole thing, the game, and that's why a lot of people, like me, just kind of stay away from Rush most of the time, but we're always curious and we get back into, and maybe we're like, oh, maybe I can try again. I give this another try. I give it another try. And with me it was like this. I was a little bit tired of playing just Conquest all the time, because it's kind of like we didn't get any DLCs in a while, and the China Rising DLC I don't really like that much. There's like only really one map I really like, which is Grilling Peaks, and the rest is kind of, yeah, whatever. I just couldn't get as excited as I was getting with all the Battlefield 3 DLCs. And since they have so many problems now with the games, they're not going to release any new DLCs until all the, major problems are fixed. And who knows when that will be. That could take a long time. So we're basically stuck with the maps that we have. And, okay, so we know we have to deal with those maps for a long time. But we don't necessarily have to play the same game modes all the time, because there's a lot of game modes that you can play, which kind of changes things up a little bit, because in Rush you can access parts of the map that you do not access when you play Conquest. So the map is larger. You see parts that are new to you, that are unfamiliar to you, which kind of makes this game feel fresh again. And that's kind of why I decided to play a little bit of Rush. Because I was like, I just want to see other parts of the map. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for a challenge. And I know I'm probably going to die a lot and not going to do well, and it's going to hurt my death kill ratio. But I need something new. And this is the very, very first match of Rush I ever played in Battlefield 4 on Shanghai, Siege of Shanghai. I think before this match I may have played one or two Rush matches, but it's basically, I'm still new. I'm not really familiar exactly where the comm stations are, so if I want to know what they actually are, I have to actually go and look and see where they are. And I usually do not really I love to play defender like here. This is like one of my favorite things. I'm not really good at attacking flags anyway, so usually when we're the attackers, I'm playing more like in the back, I'm not in the front. And the only reason I go on armor comm station is if I happen to be near it and I have a chance to actually get to it, but I'm not actually usually going for it on purpose. So, because I'm just not good at it. So I leave that up to the ones that are actually good at it. And there's always people that are really good at it. And I just try to kind of flank enemies, try to take enemies out that are attacking my team members. And I know that that will already help a lot. So, anyway, I don't know if you are playing Rush a lot, if you have played Rush ever, or if you try to stay away, or if you just stay away from it because you're just afraid to try it, or you tried it once and you didn't like it because you just died all the time. So if you are not sure about this game mode, I would say just try it once in a while. Go in again, like every week once or so, try it again, because It's really funny with Rush. I have certain nights where every match I get into, I'm with a team where everyone is not doing well at all. Everyone is kind of new to the game mode. Everyone is kind of really struggling with getting kills, with getting the objective, armed, comm stations armed or anything. So if the whole team is really, really weak, it's very, very frustrating. And I've had nights where I was in such teams the whole night, and no matter how many times I swapped, we were having like 2 kills, 3 kills maybe per member, and on the enemy team they had 20, 30, and we had no chance. And so that can be very, very frustrating, and that makes you like want to say, I'm never going to play this again. But then I had nights where I went in and I did amazing. I had a great team. Everyone on my team was doing well. Not everyone was like an expert, but everyone was pretty good. And so when your team members are really good, then you have a chance too, because sometimes you get shot, almost shot from the back, and you don't know it. Someone is behind you, your team member shoots the guy, you survive, you can continue, and you feel like you're kind of making some progress. It's not that you like constantly get shot and you don't get anything accomplished. So if you feel like accomplished, it gives you a little bit of a boost, which then automatically kind of makes you better. At least that happens to me. When I feel good about that game, I get like some kind of adrenaline push, and I can do much better than I expected. I'm like sometimes surprised myself. I'm like, did I just do this? Wow. I mean, and then you have those nights where nothing goes your way and you are frustrated, and you're, pissed and angry, and the worse you feel about yourself, the less good you can do. And that's like, with everything in life. When you don't have self-confidence, you automatically just don't do well. Very confident people are very successful people, and that's one thing in the game that you notice very, very strongly, that when you don't feel good about yourself, or you think you're not good enough, you will not be good. That's like very, very obvious in games. So as you can see, this is one of the nights where I had a blast all night long. I probably played like about 7-8 rush matches, and we didn't win every match, but we did have a lot of fun because there was a lot of back and forth. Everyone got like a bunch of kills. We were able to arm all the comm stations, and even if they got disarmed, at least we got to the objective. We felt like we got something done. And as I said before, I love to win. I mean, who doesn't? It's always a great feeling, and it gives you more points when you win. But, it's unrealistic. You can't win all the time. Not even like professional athletes win all the time. You know that. It's like, they're awesome, but they can't win all the time because you just never know what happens and how the event goes. And it's very unpredictable, you never know. I mean, every match here, even though it's the same match type and the same map, goes totally different. I mean, you always think, oh, this is how it's gonna go, and no, this is not how it's gonna go. I played a rush match where I was expecting to not do good at all, and right at the start I got like 3 kills right at the start, and I'm like, wow, that's not what I expected. So I guess it's sometimes better when you don't expect to do amazing, because you will surprise yourself. All of a sudden you're like, wow, look. Because I think you're less tensed when you kind of play more casual and not so seriously, where you feel like, if I don't get a kill, I'm just gonna quit. I just hate it. I have to. Because you get so tense and then you just don't accomplish anything. So if you're an experienced rush player, you're probably going to look at this and say, oh, okay, she doesn't know what she's doing. And you're right. Like I said before, this is my first match of rush on Siege of Shanghai, and I just in this match learned where the comm stations were. I don't think even I know all of the comm stations, but at the end I was like, oh, there they are. And I was finally able to successfully defend them. But how in every first-person shooter, when you don't know the map at the beginning, you just do not feel very comfortable because you get shot a lot because all of a sudden there's enemies behind you and you have no clue where they came from. When you do know a map really, really well, you know all the flanking routes and you know how to cover and where not to stand. I mean, if you stand in front of an opening that you have no clue that's there, you get stabbed from behind, shot from behind, and that can get very frustrating. So if you have plans on maybe giving Rush a try, you're new to it, you just have to be aware that you cannot do well at the beginning. You need to get to know the map better, and you need to get to know the game mode much better. And once you do know it, you can actually do really, really well in this game. I mean, when I play Conquest at the very beginning in Battlefield Bad Company, or wherever it was the first time that I played it, I wasn't really familiar exactly how it is. I mean, I played Domination before, but it's different in Call of Duty than it is in Battlefield. You know, we have tanks coming at you and all kinds of things. So, you know, I didn't do well at the beginning until I was like, aha, yeah, I know how it works, you know, with the tickets and all that stuff. And all of a sudden I was like, hey, I know exactly what to do. Here you can see they're flying in here by parachute trying to get our flag. And I'm going to go and defend this flag because I know now where this flag is. And I know how to get to it, kinda, I think. I'm still a bit unsure, as you can see here. So anyway, while we're watching the end of this match, I wanted to bring up one more subject, which is, what do you think? Some gamer brought this up in a forum about playing with girls, and actually he was not saying that in an anti-feminist or anti-woman remark. He was basically just kind of trying to find out what other people think in a positive way. He was saying that whenever he plays with a girl, the girl just talks and talks and talks and talks, and he can't concentrate. And if he's the only one that thinks like that. And, you know, I'm a girl, I'm a woman, and I have to agree, yes, girls do talk a lot. And the younger they are, the more they talk. So that's basically the reason I most often play alone. I do like to play with people, but the only thing is it's very hard to find someone that is a really good team member and only talks gameplay and strategy and what's going on in a match, and not all this private stuff that you do not want to know while you're trying to concentrate and see what's going on around you, maybe listen to your footsteps and all that. So yeah, why do I not play with guys? I could play with guys, yes I could, but the problem with guys is when guys play with girls, they are weird. They ask you very weird questions. So why do you play video games? Well, why you're not in the kitchen? Why this and that? It's like, dude, how old are you? Blah, blah, blah. What do you look like? Are you fat? I don't know. I don't know if guys ask each other those stupid questions, but guys do ask very stupid questions. And the younger they are, the more stupid questions they ask. And yes, I could be all of your mother, probably, most likely. Even though in Battlefield there's more adult people playing Battlefield than in Call of Duty. But there's still a lot of very young guys. And, you know, I get so many friend requests every day, and I'm just like, no, 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 because I just know what you want. And sorry, but it's really hard to find a guy that just treats you with respect. And so, yes, I play alone. Girls talk too much. Guys ask weird questions. That's what it is. What is your experience? Let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this little Rush gameplay. And I hope you're ready for some more. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.